Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not either are any of these blokes. This is my old mate Camikaza. Camikaza, absolute legend of the game, member of my APAC team and a hell of a nice guy. Camikaza running around the Strv 103B. Today's video will feature two ACE Tanker replays featuring some tier 10 vehicles. Tier 10 starting off with the Swedish Tank Destroyer, and of course you can see the press X to switch for travel mode when you first start playing in this bad boy, just like the tier 8 and the tier 9 that goes on the way to the Strv 103B. That's what it tells you when you push X. It gets you into that siege mode or into the travel mode, depending on which way you are. Of course, siege mode makes the gun a lot more accurate, which is what Camikaza is sitting in right now, and travel mode makes you drive a lot faster, but the gun becomes a lot less accurate. The WZ-132 gets taken out pretty early by artillery. The tier 10 American artillery. The T92 HMC, that big bad boy, that's got a pretty big gun on that one, but Camikaza's just found himself a bit of a rogue T54 there. Wants to pop some damage in early, get one or two early shots off, doesn't manage to get a second shot into the tier 9 Russian medium tank. Just three tier 10 tanks on each team. A T92 HMC on Camikaza's team. Camikaza in the Strv 103, and of course the big bad IS-7 looking towards the T54. Even at range, is probably, I'm tipping this is probably the most accurate gun at tier 10. There you go, kill number 1 to Camikaza in his Strv 103B, 1172 damage done already. Just kicking back here, rocking back in the little the bad boy, the Strv, the 103B, with that, it's pretty good, epic 105mm gun. 390 alpha damage, 308 penetration. That's with standard rounds, 350 with premium rounds. Both rounds APCR, which of course causes me a little bit of confusion. It's not the only tank that's got both standard and premium as APCR, and as you can see, it might be a bit sluggish when it's in the siege mode, but when it's in travel mode, you can see how slow it is there in siege mode, the Swedish Tank Destroyer. But when it's in travel mode, which we just saw Camikaza do as he rocked back off that ridgeline, it does move around pretty quickly, and you can relocate probably almost as quick as a medium tank, or maybe probably comfortably as quick as a medium tank. Now you can see he's got binoculars and a camouflage net as equipment. Now that might seem a little bit unusual for a tier 10 tank. It's generally the kind of equipment you put on a tank that you maybe low tier stuff, or stuff that you haven't saved up enough credits to. But of course the camouflage net will exacerbate that really good camouflage rating that the Strv 103B has. If you've got a good crew in it, your trading camouflage, obviously it might not look like it's good camouflage being bright red, but having the camouflage paint, that's the Christmas paint on Camikaza's case, that's certainly going to help your camo rating, so the enemy team can't see you as easy, and that's why he's rocking back in this bush back here. Down by 3 tanks, 2-5. But if I know Camikaza, he won't be giving up. He won't be giving up, not quite yet anyway. Just kicking back, waiting for that IS-7 to come back, and he's actually picking up some assisted damage there, because the view range isn't too bad in the tier 10 Swedish Tank Destroyer, and I believe it's not too bad in the other Swedish Tank Destroyers as well, not just the tier 10. But I'm no expert on view range, but the fact that I've seen so many replays featuring so many different kind of tanks over the years, and of course with the Strv you do see this binoculars and camouflage net combination. Simply it's not a tank you're going to be running around in, I guess, and I guess it's also that's why the binoculars are maybe a valid option, since the nature of the siege mode, I guess, is that you won't be running around all day long, so binoculars are a valid option, and as are camouflage net as well, for the same reason. You don't want to get spotted by these tanks, even though you do have that you've got that mesh. You can't see it right now, but you do see that mesh right in front of Camikaza's tank, that mesh just around the gun. That sort of acts as spaced armor, and you can bounce shots pretty reliably from some tanks. In a matchup like this, where it's 3 tier 10 tanks on each team, only 2 left on Camikaza's team though, but when there's 3 tier 10 tanks on each team, those tier 8 guns will most certainly be you might certainly be able to bounce shots from those tier 8 guns. The Scorpion G gets spotted by Camikaza going straight for the cap, along with the Centurion 7-1, and Camikaza saying no worries, I'll keep this guy spotted, not going to give up here. A lot of people would be considering giving up here. Keeps the Centurion and the Scorpion G spotted, puts some more damage into the Centurion, picks up his second kill, and now he'll be turning around. He doesn't. The thing is, even though it is pretty slow when it's in the siege mode, turning left and right, the traverse speed isn't too badly affected when you're in a siege mode. That's why Camikaza could turn around, pop the kill into the Scorpion G, confirm his third kill. 3,309 damage done. He just got a little bit stunned there by the enemy artillery. Still not giving up. It's 4 versus 5 at the moment on Serene Coast. Camikaza on almost full health. 1,323 hit points still up his sleeve. Clearly looking towards the IS-7. Pops one shot into him for 401 hit points. Now that IS-7's a one shot. If they can get rid of that bad boy, that'll be another tier 10 tank out of the enemy lineup. Of course, that Object 261 will certainly be looking Kamikaza's way. The WZ-111 GFT at tier 9 is going down, trying to engage that baby Batchat on the 9 line. But however, that will be a little bit concerning for Camikaza, because he'll be thinking that that Chinese tank destroyer may quite easily get flanked by the Batchat 12T. Even though it's only a little tier 8 light tank, it'll certainly be able to get rid of, or to flank the Chinese TD with no turret. But it looks like maybe he's not doing that quite so much. 212A kills the FB207. Clearly they were spotted at that time, but in the end, Camikaza on his 4th kill gets rid of the IS-7 and brings his damage count up to 3,806 on Serene Coast. The WZ pinging for help now. The Batchat 12T clearly playing with the Chinese turrets and tank destroyer. Camikaza says, no worries, I'll be here, I'm coming. He's an absolute legend. 11-13 to score, 2 versus 4. Camikaza on 4 kills. Looks towards the Batchat, doesn't quite land his first shot. He doesn't switch to premium ammunition. Why would you? Looking for a tracking shot on the Batchat 12T. It looks like he was tracked for just a minute there, but maybe he fixed his tracks, or maybe he fixed his tracks, or maybe they just fixed, you know, when they get fixed. 11-14 is the score. 3 artilleries plus a light tank remaining up against Camikaza in the Strv 103B. The tier 10 artillery is still in the game on the enemy team, but no other tier 10 tanks. 212A at tier 9. Also, clearly he's having a pretty good game on 3 kills. The baby Batchat, who Camikaza just took down and brought up the 4,166 damage. He's also blocked 230, and he's got some assisted damage as well, 607. Now this isn't a bad idea here. He's just going to kick back here. He knows that the onus is on that baby Batchat to spot him, and he'll be hoping that that baby Batchat will spot him, or will try to spot him, and he'll outvision him because he's got his binoculars. Hopefully he can outvision the baby Batchat, and also being in a bush with a camouflage net, he can hopefully not get spotted by the light tank. Artillery taking a few blind shots there, you can see there. He knows he's not lit, his 6th sense hasn't gone off. I've got this on little bit. I've got this on double speed because he's just waiting for that baby Batchat to make an appearance. Quite confident that the baby Batchat is no longer down that 9 line, but he's still, you can see he's still looking in that direction anyway. There it is. He spots him, puts one shot onto him, takes him down to 115 hit points. Does Camikaza get lit? I don't think he did, and that's a testament to the view range and the camouflage rating of the Swedish tier 10 tank destroyer. 5 kills to Camikaza, 4,712 hit points of damage. You can see the M40, M43, but the M40, M43, he did spot him. The Object 216 and the 212A, clearly they weren't asleep. They both got pretty close to him, but he only lost 136 damage out of those 2 shots from the 212 and the 261. Clearly they weren't aimed too well. Looks like they came from 2 different directions, and Camikaza going around looking for, wants to get the drop on the M40, M43, I would say. Pretty sure the 261 came from the 1-2 line, and oh, look at this, he's even got time. He's even got time to go into siege mode. Puts one shot into the M40, M43, and he loads just in time to pick up his 6th kill. That's the top gun. His crew is still stunned though, and of course they take out his ammo rack, take him down to 266 hit points of damage. 581 that last shot did to Camikaza. That's from the 212A. Now in 20 seconds he'll be able to fix that ammo rack, but he is loaded. I think he's loaded. Yeah, he is loaded. His crew are no longer stunned. He's loaded. 14 seconds till he can fix that ammo rack. I think he's probably going to be a little bit patient here because he's going to need 2 shots to kill the 261. Now the 261 going into TD mode, 266 hit points up his sleeve. Camikaza, he'll be praying the 212 is not looking his way. Puts 1 shot into him, doesn't fix his AMRAC, fixes his AMRAC now and his tracks as the 212 shoots and misses. So does Camikaza. He's got to keep moving. Maybe go into, maybe get out of siege mode. He shoots and misses. The pressure would be, it's like a pressure cooker here. That 212, that 261 I should say, will be reloaded pretty soon. The 2120 will most certainly be looking Kamikaza's way, and that's why he's moving around like a madman. But he's still in siege mode. What's he going to do? He doesn't want the 261 to be able to get the jump on him and get some lucky pure ass kind of derp situation with that big bad Russian gun. Same as the 2128. So he's disengaging. Is fully loaded. Is maybe he wants to make sure he's still got his repair kit, because he would hate to be tracked by one of them and then killed by the other. Maybe that's the way he's thinking. 6 kills to Camikaza in the Strv 103B. 5,478 hit points of damage. He's driving backwards. Appears to be. No, he's not in siege mode, I don't think. But it's, I don't know, just feels like it's going slower and slower. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock. He's backed right out of it. Now he's getting back into these bushes where the artillery pieces normally sit on Serene Coast. He really wants to just get the vision on that Object 261 and get one quick shot into the T10 Russian SPG. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. 6 kills to Kamikaze. 5,476 damage done. 230 damage blocked, 607 assisted damage. He's on 266 hit points. If they both hit him at the same time, he's definitely dead. If one of them gets a good hit on the back of that engine deck, I put money on it that that'll probably be enough as well. However, artillery being high explosive, that if they shoot him frontally, maybe he'll only get like a critical hit or something like that, and not too much damage. Less than 2 minutes as a 2-minute siren goes off. Kamikaza looking for those 2 tanks. The 261 we know is a one shot for Kamikaza. When we first saw him, obviously on full health, it was always going to take 2 shots to get rid of the T10 Russian. Kamikaza not really sure what to do here. He's running around. He's taking the quick way, going back near the lake, back where the 261 was last seen, trying to maybe outfox the Tier 10 Russian SPG. That's 1 on the cap. I guess he's probably waiting to try and see if 2 end up on the cap. It might be. It's the 212A. Kamikaza just spotted the 212A. The 212A will think he's getting spotted from up here at A7. There is the 261. Kamikaza has been lit. Aims and shoots. There's kill number 7. 1 kill away from Radley Walters. 40 seconds to go. He probably hasn't got time to try and outflank the 212A. If the 212A is awake, and I'm sure he is, he's got 3 kills. He's certainly no dummy. He can't cap this one out, so you can ignore that siren. But the 212A, will he be able to kill Kamikaza with 1 shot? 14's a score. 7 kills. 5,622 hit points of damage. Kamikaza thinks pretty low chance the 212A will be aiming this way. He sees him and he's got his side. 460 though. It's going to take 2 shots to kill the 212A. He's down to 61 hit points. The 212A clearly looking Cammy's way, and he does get him. Confirms the Radley Walters. Carries the game, confirms the win, and takes home the ladies. Let's have a very quick look at the post-game battle result. It was a bit of a tense one, that one on Serene Coast in the Strv 103B. My old mate Camikaza from Yeti Clan. He's in the Yeti Clan now. Clanless in this one. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist. 5 for effect. Radley Walters for getting that 8th kill. Dimitri's medal for killing 3 artilleries in one game. Defender for resetting the cap points towards the end for the 212A when the 212A was sitting on the cap, and of course he got the, as well as that, he got the high caliber and the top gun. He also comfortably top scored in that one with 6,082 damage, 8 kills. The WZ-111 GFT, the one who was playing with the baby Batchat, didn't have a bad game either on 4,000 hit points. But Camikaza carried the hell out of that one. 1,232 base experience, 28 shots fired, 24 hit, 21 did damage. A little bit of assisted, a little bit of block damage. Even made some credits there. Nearly 14,000 credits with a premium account in the game that went for the full 15 minutes. And of course, he there were stages where he really didn't need any premium ammunition, including obviously the SPGs, the Baby Batchat, and probably a couple of other tanks in that one as well. Not a bad result at all. As we move on to our second game in this double shot of Tier 10 action. This is a bloke who I absolutely love to say his name. It's DongerLord. DongerLord from FS, from the Flying Squirrels. This time he's on Siegfried line, deep fried line in the WZ-11158. WZ-11158, the second Chinese heavy tank that came into the game and fastly becoming a preferred tank for clan wars, also for the APAC League, for any kinds of tournaments, platoons. It's a pretty handy tank. Let's see why. DongerLord is top tier in this one, 3 tier 10 tanks on each team. WZ-11158, which is DongerLord, the Badger and the big bad German artillery, 705A on the enemy team, the FV-215B 183, and also another big bad German artillery on the other team. As just having a look there in the middle, where the heavy tanks normally do their business on this one. Not getting too lucky at the moment. Bouncing a couple of shots early on. He's blocked 880 damage, still on close enough to full health. You can see he's got premium rounds loaded with his heat. Now I think those heat rounds may have bounced on that T30. T30 hasn't got bad armour on the turret, but of course the T30, it was the tracks that he hit, because the tracks act as spaced armour, and heat rounds are a little bit like high explosive rounds. They don't really like spaced armour too much. 490 alpha damage, 340 penetration. That's premium ammunition. 250, so it's a pretty big increase with the heat rounds. He's also got Chinese food as an improved combat ration. It's a little bit of a fun fact. The Object 705A on the enemy team, Wendish, that's the same guy who was in the Object 261 in our last replay featuring the old mate Camikaza. 0-3 is the score. So DongerLord from Flying Squirrels, he's certainly going to have to get his carrying pants on if he wants to carry this one. He spots a Centurion down that line. He also finds the 705A, pops one shot into him, thinks, oh, I think I might have overextended a bit here. Got to get the hell out of dodge here. Down by 3 tanks. Don't want to throw him a tank away. Not yet, anyway, as they have a look at what can happen. Artillery again. 2 artilleries on each team. GW Tiger P on the enemy team at Tier 8. And, of course, the big bad GW E100 at Tier 10. On DongerLord's team, it's it's the Tier 9 German and the Tier 10, so it's German tanks all day long. Still down by 3 tanks, 0-3, picking up some assisted damage there. Pops one into the FV-215B 183, that's the original Tier 10 British tank destroyer. The one with the derpy guns, asking the Badger to fall back because he did have kill shot there, but the Badger clearly wanted that one. Sees that gap. We saw that gap just a few days ago in a different replay with the Tier 8 Premium. I think it was a Tier 8 Premium extravaganza. We saw these gaps in the walls, and that is one reason why this position isn't too bad at all. People get behind these buildings and think, hey, I'm pretty safe here. No, you're not safe. There is a gap, and that's that gap you can see right there. There's also another gap right there, just next to each other. And that T10 may be thinking, what the hell's going on here? But if he knows about it, then of course he'll be fine. He'll be able to adjust his position. Gets some more spotting damage on the Scorpion G. 788 assisted damage. Bounces the T30 for 400. That tells me he is firing the smaller gun on the T30. The T30's got 2 guns, of course. The big one and the small one. That looks like the stock gun at 400, which is pretty lackluster for a Tier 9 tank destroyer. 1-4 the score now. 1977 damage done. Looking for another little gap there, where there's the gap between the buildings, and there's a gap where the open door is. Hoping for a sneaky shot here. Look at that. That is sneaky indeed. Unfortunately, it doesn't go through again. Spaced armour with heat. I don't like it. Probably should have reloaded an armour piercing round. There's T30 looking at him. His tracks eat that shot. Looking. He's still got heat though, so he needs to find a flat surface. Spaced armour won't do it. That's a bit better. Puts another 488 damage into the 705A. 3-5 the score now. DongerLord hasn't picked up any kills yet, but he's taken that 705A down all by himself. 2,932 damage. 2,120 damage blocked. 1,443 assisted damage as he takes the T30 down by another 462. hit points. Looking over there towards a KV, who's on very low health indeed. That's going to open his account with a kill and bring the score up to 4-6. 4-6, 36-29 damage done. Another one into the side of the 257 this time. That gap is really working for DongerLord from the Flying Squirrels. His name's DongerLord, and he's a squirrel as well. 4-6 is the score. It's always worth joining the Flying Squirrels just to meet the DongerLord. I mean, wow. No, that's the best name I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, 4-6. Oh, aim. Only 259 damage there. High explosive from the T30. The T30 clearly, well, his name's Delicate. Is that Delicate Flower? The name like Delicate Flower, quite possibly given up anyway. High explosives does damage all the time, right? 29 hit points, and the DongerLord will just be laughing at that T30. At that T30, laughing all day long. Bounces to 257, brings his block damage up to 2,500. Make that 3,000 hit points. Looking towards the T30. Bounces the T30 again. T30 might be a TD, but it's got a pretty strong turret. I reckon that might be what the DongerLord just fired at. T30 in a pretty good position behind that dead KV4. Not good enough to not get shot by the heat rounds of the big bad Chinese top tier heavy tank. Still down by 2 tanks, however, a lot of these enemy tanks are pretty low health. You just saw 2 drop off. This T10 should be no match for DongerLord, especially if he starts giggling at his name like I have been. Doesn't bounce the turret of the Russian heavy tank. Something else fired too then. It wasn't just the T10. DongerLord puts one shot into the T10, takes you down to 288 hit points. 257 comes out, getting a little bit brave. Picks up some more assisted damage. His artillery splashes both of them. And DongerLord says, hold my beer. No, don't hold my beer. I couldn't kill him. 292 damage from the GWE-100 big bad German artillery piece. And there's that 705A looking for a little bit of revenge as DongerLord pops the 257. Brings the score back to 9-11. He is, however, down to 159 hit points. I'm hoping that T30's dead, because T30 could possibly kill him now by shooting high explosive rounds all day long. That's the last of his premium ammunition. He's back to AP. He won't need premium for the Centurion 7.1. Gets him for 476 hit points. Takes him down to 450, which is a one-shot for this 130mm gun. 490 average damage, and he's on 450. He'll fancy himself here. He'll be slightly concerned about the 705A with no premium rounds left. He's down to 559. Bounces the 705A, but of course the Primo Victoria picked up that kill. Artillery pops one into the Centurion. 11 all now, all of a sudden. So he wants to get rid of that. That's the last of the tanks on the enemy team, which might have a little bit of vision. 5 kills for DongerLord for the Flying Squirrels. 6,155 hit points of damage, 5,330 damage blocked, 1,874 assisted damage. Oh my god, he's already getting the email ready. He's already starting to send me a message on Discord. He's ready to comment on the video. Stewie, here comes another Ace Tanker replay coming your way, featuring the Chinese T10 heavy tank, the newer of the 2 Chinese heavy tanks. Of course, when I started, the Chinese tanks weren't even around, but the 113 certainly was the first heavy tank, and now of course the 5As are around. How funny would it have been if that shot had have landed on the GW Tiger P, aiming at like 3 pixels. I'm hoping that GW Tiger P was not backing into the water. You can see where he was on the mini-map, just up here. He seemed to be reversing behind that road that's there. Scorpion G looks like he's coming in to try and swoop on the Tier 8 German tank destroyer. The Udez is up in the north, really harassing the GW Tiger on DongerLord's team. Here comes the Tiger P. Of course, the artillery in the end killed the Tiger. The Scorpion killed the GW Tiger P. 13-13. Now that Uds up in the north it's pretty got free reign in the north. And I don't know, is that Uds going to get to the northern cap before the DongerLord can? There's the Uds 03. Uds send nudes. The Dudes 03 is was on the cap, but now he's no longer on the cap. Auto aims, shoots, sets the GW-100 on fire, and says, "Hold my beer, I've got that." There goes the there goes the GW Tiger P. The Oods rams and shoots DongerLord after the DongerLord got, did he get 6 kills? I'm not sure. Did he get 6 kills? Not sure at all. Look out, the Scorpion G now is getting brave. Luckily lands that shot. Now they're both one-shots. And it's the Scorpion G. He's going to kick back on the base, which is probably going to force the Oods to come up. And hopefully the Scorpion G will get a shot before the Oods can get over the ridgeline and into siege mode. And hopefully he doesn't stuff it up. Not sure if he's got a camo net or anything like that, but he probably needs to. Maybe he needs to stay in the cap to draw him over. No, he doesn't. This is not a bad maneuver there. Shoots and kills, and in the end, a good win. 15-14. It doesn't get much closer than that, folks. Unlucky that the DongerLord didn't. DongerLord didn't survive that one, but he still did pick up himself up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, a Spotter Medal, Bruiser, Arsonist for setting that big bad German artillery piece on fire, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber Top Gun. Thank you very much. He's written Quickie Baby up there, doesn't know how to spell StewiejP, but he picked up that Ace, 7,201 damage, 6 kills, 1372 base experience. Hats off to Cruiser in the Borsig, the Scorpion G. He had a good game as well. 28 shots fired by the DongerLord, 24 hit, 18 penetrated. So only 6 shots didn't go through. That's not too bad. 5,330 block damage, nearly 2,000 assisted damage. Carried the hell out of that one. Cost him nearly 90,000 credits, but wow. What a way to get famous. Send it to StewiejP at Get On Board Studios. Send us, if you've got a replay, send it to us on Discord. Discord link down below. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Thank you very much for the replays. Camikaza and DongerLord, excellent tier 10 gameplay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.